So there's a lot of bipolar psychotic events going on in this building on a regular basis, and the bipolarity has nothing to do with me. Yesterday, as I was trying to get ready for a job interview, the heat and the hot water to this entire floor suddenly cut out and everything went ice cold. The temperatures outside in Jamaica Plain were verifiably 21 degrees. I have screenshots of the Google weather report on my phone. But there was no heat in here and the water was ice cold. It took maintenance approximately 45 minutes to restore the completely ice cold water to it being a little bit warm, and the heat was not restored until I don't know when. I didn't get back to the building until approximately 11:30 last night, being busy and being out and about after having my job interview, talked with some family members, hung out in a nice place, and stayed the hell out of this psychotic hellhole. I can still live here even if I think it's a psychotic hellhole. I just need to try to fix the problems because the psychosis is not coming from me. It's coming from the low-life scum that are crammed into this building and the dysfunction of the landlord who likes to cram low-life scum in large numbers into their building complexes. By low-life scum, I don't mean people who are, disadvantaged and working hard to fix their lives. I'm talking about malignant, hate-stalking, criminal sex offenders who brag about their criminal activities and abilities because they don't care what happens to anybody else downstream of their own criminal activities, if that makes any sense to the fucking retards and stupid rejects who hate-stalk my channel because they're mentally disturbed and they're all triggered with their hair on fire because I keep reminding them of their own low IQ and psychotic dysfunction. Really? What do you do all day, you wanker, except for masturbating all day and perving and creeping all over women you will never know, you fucking reject? Exactly. That's all they do. They're DMH inmates who congregate in large numbers out on the street and scream and shout and claim to be so-called activists. No, you're not. You're just a rejected piece of low-life trash that's never going to have anything with anyone because your mental disturbance is your own fault. You refuse to fix your criminal thinking, you fucking idiot. Anyway, it is excessively hot in here right now. And yesterday there was no heat. So we've got a bipolar heating system. As the Inspectional Services Department have been issuing citations to the Greenville Group for 5 years now for an ongoing cycle of excessive heat and no heat in this unit. It's 82, 83 degrees in here right now. That is way past the cutoff of 79 degrees for a residential unit. So let's go out in the hallway and see what maintenance is doing and see if maybe they can turn the heat down a little bit in this place since it's like fucking summer right now. It suddenly went from being 21 degrees in February to July in the last 12 hours. Okay, so there's been a tremendous amount of slamming and banging in Unit 88. I'm assuming it's maintenance. I'm really not thinking that the psycho pig, Jason DaCosta, still lives in there. Oops, I just dropped my, Oops, I hope it still works. So, what is this? So how hot is it over by the door? Okay, that makes sense, 79. And then what's the temperature over there again? It's 80, what? So anything above 79 degrees is a code violation according to the Inspectional Services Department. And because the Inspectional Services Department has filed 4 lawsuits against the Greenville Group for excessive heat and no heat in this unit since 2021, then, the bipolar is on Greenville, not on me. I'm not controlling the heat. I don't cause the heat to cycle in excessive, extreme settings from one day to the next. That keeps happening in spite of multiple attempts on my part to regulate the problem. Greenville refuses to fix the issue, and therefore I keep having to report their bipolar heating system and the constant cycle of dysfunction and lack of proper functioning utilities in this unit. Hi. Hi. Do you have any control over the heat?
Sure.
Okay. Tell them that the heat is a little too high and they need to turn it down.
Okay.
Yeah, too much heat. Thank you. Oh my God, there's a lot of weird smells over here. Okay, so So this is more like it. It shouldn't be more than 70 something degrees in any residential area, but it's 83 degrees in my unit. Okay, well, we know it's empty. There's the proof. So it's time to call the Greenville Group, tell them that there's excessive heat, and then call inspectional services because they refuse to fix the problem. They did fix the lack of heat, but as I keep reporting, their solution to fixing the lack of heat is to then create excessive heat problems in this unit, and then the heat is like, as you just saw, 83 degrees, 85 degrees. Last week it was at 87 degrees when my housing managers were in here, and they're the ones who did the temperature reading, not me. So the bipolar heating system from the Greenville Group is the bipolar heating system belonging to the Greenville Group. It has nothing to do with me. But as most mentally ill, dysfunctional rejects do, they blame their problems on everybody else, and they claim that other people are what they themselves verifiably are. So the Greenville Group verifiably, did I say verifiably? Verifiably has a excessive history of no heat and too much heat in this unit, as verified and quantified and proven by multiple lawsuits that the Inspectional Services Department of the City of Boston has filed against the Greenville Group over the last 4 years in this unit. That has nothing to do with me. That's inspectional services, right? They're the code enforcers. They're the enforcers of the housing code. So when they come in here, do temperature readings with their calibrated thermometers, right? And then they cite the Greenville Group. That has nothing to do with me. That's them. That's the Greenville Group's problem. Oh, no, I can't get this reading. There we go. 86 degrees right at my headboard. Wow, check this out. 86 degrees right at my headboard. That's where I put my head when I sleep. So I'm literally being cooked when I sleep. 86 degrees is way, way past the cutoff for a code violation in this unit. So, today is Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. I unfortunately have to report to the Greenville Group that their bipolar heating system is getting very bipolar right now. And even though there was absolutely no heat in this unit yesterday afternoon when I left for my job interview, today it is over 86 degrees, which is like 6 degrees past the code violation cutoff. And then I'll call the Inspectional Services Department because there have been multiple lawsuits from the Inspectional Services Department against the Greenville Group for excessive heat violations in this unit on the part of the Greenville Group. Stupidity is its own punishment, and they just keep getting taken to court by the Inspectional Services Department for their bipolar psychotic heating system, and that's not my fault.